Big day for yours truly here today on All In with Brian Weatherford. We have a guest on here. He does some things that I'm somewhat familiar with because we've had other guests that do them, not because I've done them. But I've never had a guest who's worked at the place where this guy worked before. So if you want to get respect in your industry, throw this one out there on your resume. We'll get there in just a bit. First of all, the name of our guest is Mr. Trevor W. Goodchild, his company, TWG Consulting. Trevor, welcome to the show today, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm very pleased and thankful to be here. Thanks for having me.
We're pleased and thankful that you're here. You do your business in the great state of Texas, particularly in the city of the state capital, Austin, Texas.
Yes, sir.
What you call home.
Music capital.
The music, exactly. How long have you been in Austin now?
All my life.
All your life. You're just an Austin guy.
Much as I've traveled to different countries and cities, Austin is where it's at.
You always get back home to Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good for you. But home to the armadillo. It's a song. We'll talk about that later.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Very nice. He knows his stuff, doesn't he? Speaking of knowing his stuff, he does a lot of things. I mean, you are a blogger. You're a rapper. You help other people do stuff, and you're a public speaker as well. But your background, I'm going to touch on briefly, just because I'm looking at the T-shirt. You actually worked for Facebook.
Yes.
I've never known anybody that actually worked for Facebook. Tell me about that. What was your position there?
I worked at Facebook first in advertising for about a year, and then I was promoted to back-end tech. So I supported the servers of Facebook. So if Facebook was loading slowly for you or it was crashing, I was working directly with the Menlo Park engineers that write the code for Facebook.com to keep it online. In addition to supporting proprietary software for remote access tools across the globe. So basically, I got to know Facebook inside and out for how it works as a website for advertising and for tech. And now I am just as frustrated as many advertisers are when Facebook doesn't work, only I know why it doesn't work.
Right. And so do they ever call you and say, hey, man, we know you're not here anymore, but can you help us out with this?
No, but I still have friends that work there, and it's a community you join. And, you know, it was the best job I ever had.
Sure.
Highest paying job. I got to work remotely from home before COVID, before all of this. At watching ducks at a pond, supporting the servers of Facebook. I loved it, but you can work 40 hours a week making Mark Zuckerberg's dream come true, or work 40 hours a week making your own dream come true. I chose the latter, started my own consulting firm, and here we are today.
Well, and sadly, the way it works a lot of times, when we try to make our own dreams come through, we have to work more than 40 hours a week, but you know what? We're working on our own dreams, so I applaud you for that.
There you go.
When did TWG Consulting come to be?
I've been working, as probably many entrepreneurs should, on my own business on the side. Don't tell Mark. While I was working at Facebook until it became large enough for me to just launch full-time. That was a year ago, June 14th, 2019. So this year I celebrated my first year of complete entrepreneurship full-time. No boss. And I love it. It's great. It allows me to work on other side projects I have, like I'm a sci-fi novelist. I'm working on my first sci-fi novel about an IT tech that hotwires a UFO to chase a space princess in the Alpha Centauri system.
Oh, one of those. No, I mean, that it's just fascinating, and it's always the creative types that are into so much. So I wasn't joking a while ago about the rapping deal. You do some rap. I'm not going to ask you to do any freestyling here on the show, but you're just kind of into a lot of different things. But specifically, back to the business world, what is TWG Consulting? What do you consult on?
Well, I'm a Facebook policy expert, a specialist, where if Facebook is disapproving of an ad, someone has a business owner or an ad agency, and Facebook goes silent. They're not telling you why your ad got disapproved. I can explain exactly which words, which copy was disapproved by Facebook, which policy that triggered, the history behind that policy, and Facebook's philosophy on what they actually want. What is the approved copy they're requesting advertisers to know telepathically, but not actually providing. So I actually give those answers for ad agencies to get back up and running again. And I also have a social media marketing agency, 100-person team that I man that helps people with anything from Google ads, banner ads, Facebook ads, all of that and more.
Yeah, okay, I have known people, this guy, that have just tried simply just to change the name of the Facebook page before, and it doesn't work. You can help with that too?
Yeah. Well, the biggest tip on that is just make sure everything matches for the branding of it. Sometimes people try to change the name, but they leave old info there from the previous name. If you don't have everything matching, Facebook won't approve it.
Okay. Well, they're real picky like that, those Facebook people.
Yeah, well, it's a private website, and you know, given what happened in 2016, Cambridge Analytica, and the stuff that's at stake for the billions that use it, they have a lot more to lose. So they're a lot more strict about how things are done.
Yeah, I was going to ask. So, were you there in 2016?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you would know that intimately. All right, on top of everything else you're doing, you have a business blog.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, where can we find that?
JetSkiShaman.com.
JetSkiShaman.com.
Yes, it's
okay.
the whole story behind that name, but it's startup blogging. I give startup tips, business news, new things that come out. My recent article about Google's update to their search terms and new tools you can have, like you can hum a melody into Google now and actually have the song pull up. It's incredible what they're coming up with these days.
Especially if I could hum a song and it came up. That would mean there's a lot of tech going on if they can figure out what the heck I'm humming to get that to come up. So on your blog, so you're talking, when you say start, are you teaching people how to blog, or are you helping people that are looking to get into business for themselves, help them with that?
It's for people that are startup owners, founders, that are entrepreneurs, and it's at all levels. Some of the articles probably could be useful more for people that are just starting out, but there are plenty of articles there that are great for people that are already in business, that want to use new emerging technologies like augmented reality in their marketing or things like that. I go over an extensive range of topics that are all in the sphere of entrepreneurship. And it's kind of just meant to be a place where people can gather together, have conversations, learn new things, and enjoy just the fact that when you're an entrepreneur, there is more at risk, but in situations like what's going on right now, you're more positioned to pivot. And I like to provide people the tools with that. Like, be that person I wished I would have known when I first got interested in entrepreneurship when I was 19, selling Kirby vacuums door to door.
Good for you. Too many jokes I won't go into on that one, but I know you've heard them all. All right, so let me ask you this thing. Going back to what you do to help entrepreneurs, is it fair to say that regardless of the industry, there's some commonality between entrepreneurs? When somebody's starting a new business, it doesn't matter this part, just the fact that they're now becoming a business owner, there's certain things they need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the basic standards of, like, how do you define your target audience, right? What is your unique selling proposition? What makes you stand apart from your competition, right? I'm not trying to rhyme, it just happens.
Yeah, you're a natural. Go. I feel you.
And the idea, I think, what I see very common amongst people that are just starting out with their businesses is they try to target everyone. But if you target everyone, you target no one. You got to niche down, right? Say you're in the weight loss industry. I'm not, but say you are. It's an evergreen industry. There'll always be customers for that, just like healthcare. And you're like, I want to run an ad for people that want to lose weight. Well, who are you going to target with that? That's, most of America. But then maybe you want to narrow down and be like, okay, what about a certain industry, a field? So maybe it's tech. Maybe it's people that work in IT. Well, they have pretty good money. It's a good paying job. I've worked IT for most of my professional career, And then you're like, well, why don't I phrase this ad to appeal to that niche target audience? Are you guilt tripping yourself over that extra trip to the break room from your work on the computer and hitting the snack machine up too much? Well, don't worry, because click learn below to find out about this great new program to help you achieve a healthy weight, right? And by that, you've narrowed down who your target audience is, what the pain point is, and the fact that you have the solution, right? That's not going to work if you're just going too general. It's by niche targeting that you really start to succeed and define a lot of what you can do for your
And it's not just breaking down the audience, it's doing it in a creative, engaging manner too.
Yeah.
So many people miss the boat on that. It's
Oh,
more
yeah.
of a, click the dots here and it doesn't work, that next. But just the way you just came up with that off the top of your head, that's very engaging. I would keep going through with that. I would push through and give up my information to get to that.
Yeah. Well, I think that you got to care about it. I think if you're money motivated only, that's going to get you so far. I think it doesn't have to always be your most passionate interest. Good luck majoring in art history, but it's just, it's no offense to art history majors all of America. I respect your grind, but it's more of the fact that you have to say, okay, if you have a genuine value proposition, you have to care about the outcome for your audience, and you have to generate genuine value.
Tell you what, Trevor, I'm going to leave it right there. And the matter of the fact is, whatever your business is as an entrepreneur, don't just focus on the money. Focus on the rest of the stuff. The money will get there when you do everything else right. TWG Consulting, Mr. Facebook, he used to do it now and said, you know what, I can do it for myself, and that's what he does. Trevor W. Goodchild, thanks for coming all in today.
Thanks
Appreciate
for having
it.
me, Brian.
Continued success for you.
Thank you.
Folks, hey, thanks for being with us as well, but don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back on All In.